Good morning, everyone. And for me, it is definitely morning. Let's see what's happening here. Like I put in the title, this is a test. It says that this is a test. It looks like I'm live. And I'm watching the chat from a laptop. Oh, I should have turned my phone the other way. Okay, note to self, turn the phone the other way. Okay. So, I'm able to go live from my phone. I did a craft chat. Hey, Matt, I'm live. Everybody can hear you. I did a craft live with somebody on a different channel, and the testing of the camera was an epic fail. Hi, Melissa. Good morning, sweetheart. Testing going live. That's not a sale. Randa. It was Randa's channel that we did a live crafting the other night, and my camera test was epic fail. I don't know what was wrong. It was echoing and then it would stop and all kinds of things went wrong. Nothing, I'm just testing, and then I'm going to do a little creative chat about how I'm creative because I think I'm being misunderstood by a couple people. But thanks for being here. I'm reading the chat on my laptop, using my phone to do the live. We're in the light box, if you could call my setup a light box. This is how I take photos. And I don't know, something's kind of on my mind. It's not an easy thing to talk about, but I'm going to attempt it. So Rand, if we do another live crafting, I don't know if I can do it. Is it echoey? How's the sound? I don't know if it's working or not. It wasn't working for me on StreamYard from the camera at all. Oh, I can see you guys on the phone too. Woohoo! Okay, so testing from my phone seems to be working. Thanks for the thumbs up, y'all. And there's 7 people. Ooh. What is today? Tuesday morning. So I stayed up till about 2 a.m. working, and does mean I sleep in a little bit. I'm going to be over on Gina's second channel, modding for a Bible study on Exodus. It's the third part. And then tonight I'll be modding over on Bully Run Coffee is having an epic sale. It's hosted by Jason Adams. That's where I'll be this evening. So I'm going to get a little work done today, and I'll work on into the night. But last night when I stayed up, I finished the necklace that I started over on Randa's channel. And I guess we're going to have to work on lighting. Test the lighting. This is an enhancer, double-sided. One side is onyx and one side is the color of what I would call kind of a light green turquoise. I used Russian amazonite on the chain, and this chain is completely hand constructed by me. So I'm having a hard time with the focus. Thanks for your patience with me on working this out. The chain is stainless steel. It's cut in a way to be extra sparkly. The beads are wire wrapped on with stainless steel, so nothing can come apart. And I did permanently attach a magnetic clasp. Let me get a measurement. This is going to go up for auction on my next sale. And then I'm going to show you something I made when I was like 13 years old. The drop is almost 12 inches, so it's almost 20, we'll call it 23 and a half inches long. And this is an enhancer. I was going to try to remind myself of what company made this enhancer, but I'll do a Google search. I'll know all that. It is silver plated because it will tarnish. But I'm going to be offering that up on my next sale. It's one of a kind. I can only do one, and kind of lead into what I wanted to talk about being creative, because I have a lot to say about it, actually being creative. Can you guys hear me? I hope you can hear me because I have no idea what's going on. When I came up with this design, I was inspired by antique and vintage chains. And then I just came up with the process on my own. I don't follow instructions. I don't watch DIY videos. It's all something that I do. So I guess they call that being self-taught. That's how I go. Following paragraphs of text telling me how to do it is not my jam. Could I do it that way? Probably, because I follow other instructions. Here's something I made when I was a child. Okay. Googly eyes. This is probably, I was probably 12 or 13 years old when I made this little Santa ornament where you would take pins and sequins, and then you would glue on the googly eyes. And he's an ornament. Here's one example. I believe this one was made from a kit. I didn't always have, okay, thank you, Melissa. I didn't always have enough money as a child before the babysitting days to buy the kits that I wanted. So I would get them as Christmas gifts, and that's why these are heavily in the Christmas category. Okay, here's another one that, Brian, welcome in. How are you? How is your mom? I'm testing, and I'm going to get into my whole point, but I did come across my Christmas ornaments I made as a child. Again, I was very young when I made this. This did come from a kit. I think they call this Cruel. And I still have this old time hook on there. Next time I'm going to have to remember to turn my phone the other way. But I did all that. I was a child. Oh, I even have this on there. Okay, so here's Mr. Santa Claus. He even has toys in his bag. I have a whole sack of ornaments that I made as a child. Here's another one, and the glue is just starting to not do its job anymore. But this one also was made from a kit. It's felt, and everything was glued on. Can you believe, I should do the math. 45 years, give or take a year, is how old these are. So, there's that. Then, like I said, I didn't always have the funds to keep up with my desire to create things. So there was a magazine called Lillian Vernon. I think that's the name, Lillian Vernon. And when I would run out of things to create, I would go through this magazine and I would create just from the photo. So I had no directions. I would have to go and find my materials. And I'm trying to remember where I got my materials. And to be really honest, I cannot remember. My mom would have had to have taken me to get them. So maybe we went to a Mangelson's or a Kmart. This has a magnet on it. This was for your refrigerator. So I would study the magazine, no directions, and I would cross stitch just looking at the picture. Um, I think this lace is sewn on. Yeah, I sewed the lace on. I would look for a way to put these things together that I saw photos of. So that's kind of, ever since I started doing that, that's been my entire process of creating all the way to today. This is a cross stitch. I bought the needle, thread, cross stitch material, and frames, and never bought the kit. Ooh, and never bought the kit. I just started producing these, and there was like a whole series of different little bears. So I started producing my handmade things without directions, and that's how I do it today, which is kind of getting me to, I don't do well. I don't do well when I'm sent directions on how to make things. It's just the truth. I do things, I give my parameters, like if I'm selling a necklace, it's like, well, this is what I can do, or maybe I can't do this or that. I don't mind a small variation, but like a paragraph of instructions, it just, there's probably a reason why I don't do it that way, because I've already tried that, or I already know ahead of time without trying it. Oh no, Brian, you had to put your mom back in the hospital again? Of course, we are praying for you and your mom. Was it an infection? Oh man, I'm sorry, Brian. I know it's really hard on you, and I know it's hard on her. Very, very sorry to hear that. Um, so ever since then, to be really honest, I don't like being given instructions. So I don't work that way. And I notice that sometimes when that happens, if I don't follow them, for some reason, some of these weren't made by me, so I'm not going to show them. Oh, here's an example of something I made from the picture. I was very young, y'all. I was probably 10 or 11. I know I wasn't babysitting yet, and babysitting funded my other crafting adventures. Hi Barbara, how are you, sweetheart? It's so good to see you. I'm kind of testing going live from my phone because I want to do more crafting videos and where you guys can see and hear. I've noticed though that when people want me to create something from their perspective and I can't do it, they don't come back. It makes me sad. There's no reason to not come back. It's just not how I create. And if that's how you create, that's fantastic. I would never not go back to somebody because the way you create is different than how I create. Oh, you are an expert on your, it works for me, right, Barbara? That's how I do it. I've also had the experience of a blogger, couldn't tell you their name. I wouldn't tell you the name if I could remember it. But it was a blogger, and they were giving instructions on how to make a spoon ring. They were not a spoon ring maker. They weren't a maker of anything. Their job was a blogger. So their steps were just made up to what they thought they were without telling their audience. They didn't, I knew it because the two pictures that they were showing, one was my photo and one was the photo of another gentleman, spoon artist that I don't know him personally, but I know him very well from online, his online presence. And he's aware of me too. So he used this blogger used his picture and my picture of a finished product, and they were giving steps. And I'm like, and it's online, so I don't want to say anything. I did ask him to take my picture down because the picture didn't represent the steps they were giving. Oh, Brian, your last order was awesome. Fantastic. You love the rooster. I keep looking for more roosters, but they're the ones I've been finding that are of a size I could ship are chipped up. So, but you never know when I'll come across some more. And Barbara, I've been looking for more snowflakes. Haven't found one I like yet, but I will keep looking. I will keep looking. I'm picky. It's got to be double-sided. It's got to be pretty. It needs some sparkle. I did ask him to take my picture down off of the blog because I said the steps you've listed will not result in what you're showing in the picture, and I am the owner of the picture. I was as nice about it as I could be, but I wanted to be firm, and they did take it down. Um, so that's another reason, like maybe following someone's steps, And Randa, I don't know if Randa's still here. I know she's probably working. We were doing a live craft, and she was tough on herself because the first way didn't work, the second way, the third way, and we were giving her little tips. The third way worked perfectly, which is so normal. It would be abnormal to create something where you didn't have to take it apart and start again. When you're attaching things together, you're using wire. Um, yeah, and the blue, yeah, they are, Barbara. Um, I'm a little early to the party though. I've noticed though that they barely have Halloween items out yet at my thrift store. I'm already on Christmas. I've moved past Halloween. I'm on Christmas, so I will keep looking. I use Google Lens on things too, and those snowflakes were really unique and special. So eventually they'll come across my path. Here's another thing that I created from a photo. I couldn't do the bear exactly, but I did do the cross stitching on the burlap, added the bow, added the little bear. So, I mean, I have a whole bag here of things I made when I was very, very young, um, bringing back the memories of making them just from looking at a picture. This was a kit. This was a kit. I probably got this as a gift because my Christmas list was always kits or jewelry. As I got a little older, I liked curling irons. A little bit more. Now this one, he has one googly eye. He needs another googly eye. The glue from 40 some years let loose. But thank you, Brian. And other other people will follow steps or use a kit, or they need that, to be creative. So there's nothing wrong with any way of being creative. Probably about, see, my son would have been 18 months old. So 31 years, no, 28, 29 years ago, a friend of mine back then, her and I would go garage sailing and thrifting together. So it was common when we were separated, it was common for us, not separated, but shopping without each other to buy things that reminded us of the other person. And she bought me a book on being creative. I think I still have that book today. I read the foreword, and the foreword said, everybody, basically, I'm going to just ad lib, it said, everybody is creative. Not everyone realizes that they are creative. If you've ever come across a problem in your day, no matter what the problem could be, maybe the problem is you lost your grocery list. So you start to think, well, next time I'm going to put my grocery list on my refrigerator so I don't lose it. That's actually a creative process that you use to solve a problem. It could work on little problems, work on big problems. And that has stayed with me this entire time, that everybody is creative, but we're creative in our own ways, and that we shouldn't intentionally or unintentionally step on how someone creates. And sometimes the emails I'm getting, I don't know how to answer them sometimes, because I need to create how I create. And if it isn't for everybody, that's okay. It's absolutely okay. I've done this pretty much my entire life, and I don't see me stopping. I did find this today in my stash of ornaments. I bought this recently, and it could be a sun catcher. So I think I'm going to be making this up today. I have a few other, oh, I got more bells. I found these, some more, I love how these are put together and then they're pierced with the snowflake. And I went through yesterday and added all of the added wires. There's 18 of these. And it's going to be hard to show. But I did make one and I added snowflakes. So those will be coming Friday. And then I made the shorter version. I went ahead and grabbed all 18 of them because I thought even if I don't use them this year, if you guys have already gotten enough bells, that's fine. I'll just hang on to them for next year. But so if I go live from my phone, it looks like it's working. I can see the chat. You guys say you can hear me. I do need to get better lighting, I think. So, and thanks for letting me do my little creative chat. It's probably not chat that you hear ever, if very often or ever, but it is. I mean, it's just how I work, and all of you who stick with me, I really appreciate you. I love and miss you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this little test and creative chat. Like I said, I will be over on Gina's this afternoon. I'll be over on Bully Run Coffee. Not selling either place. I'm just modding over on both of those channels today, but working on into the night. I have a lot of work to get ready for Friday, so probably do a short video later as well. If you guys have any questions, you're welcome to pop them in. But otherwise, oh, and Gina's having a sale on Thursday that I'll be modding over there too. So thanks for stopping in, everybody. And, ooh, brakes, I almost knocked this off. See you guys soon. Bye for now. And I get to figure out how to end this. I don't know how to end it. No, I don't want to do that. Let's try this. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay.